Hey everybody. I just thought I would catch everybody up on the past weekend and the thing that I teased about in my Facebook status about the emergency room visit. This past weekend, we went to Donner Pass with the youth group and we had our first big youth retreat with them, and it was really cool. We went through the books of 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John with a focus on what God says about, or what John says about how godly people should treat each other and how we should love each other. And so it was just a really good weekend, just to kind of spiritually refocus in that way. But also, we just had a lot of fun playing in the snow and hanging out and building relationships, and we did this cool thing where we all decorated bags, and throughout the weekend we put encouragement notes to each other in them. And so at the end of the week, we got to open those bags and see all the notes that everybody wrote to each other. And it was just really, really encouraging to not only be around those people all week, but then after the week was over, just to kind of hear their thoughts on how you made them feel and that type of thing. And it was just a really, really good weekend. But about midday yesterday, my lower back started hurting. And my first initial thought was I probably just slept funny. And that may still be what happened. I don't know. But basically, the pain kept getting worse and worse. And with my history with kidney stones, my thoughts were I should probably go get this looked at. And by the time I decided to do that, it was Sunday night about 6 o'clock. And so after church, I basically told my teammate TJ, I was like, hey man, you're probably going to have to take me to the ER because I think I'm fixing to have kidney stones again. And of course, it was kind of like this, oh great, here we go again kind of deal. But I actually went in and they did a CT scan and blood work and all kinds of tests, and everything came back negative. And so they just gave me a whole bunch of pain meds while I was there and then sent me home. But the cool thing that happened, the thing that I teased at a little bit in my post yesterday, was when I first got in, of course, you have to go through the reception area, and they had me take off my watch, and I usually wear a WWJD bracelet pretty much every day. And so they had me take off all that stuff and put on medical bracelets. And so I just stuck all those things in my pockets and kind of switched them out with the penicillin allergy bracelet and then the scan bracelet that they scan to get all your medical records on pretty instantly. And so then they had the nurse come in and kind of go through paperwork and take my height and weight and ask me my name and a whole bunch of other questions. And so she came in and she was just kind of giving me small talk and asking me, what my pain scale was and how bad I've gotten kidney stones in the past and all this stuff. And I guess through talking, she kind of picked up that I don't talk like I'm from California. And that's kind of been a common thing around here. People, even like in the supermarket and other places, will ask me, where are you from or why you're out here, which is cool because it's always a cool opportunity to tell them, well, I'm out here working with a church, and then they ask what church, and then you kind of get the plug in on kind of inviting people to go to church basically just because you talk different, which is kind of neat. But she asked me where I was from, and I told her Arkansas, and I talked to her about my mom coming to visit soon, and we talked about different things, and then she asked me, she said, why did you move out here from there? It's a long ways away. And I told her that I was working with a church, and she just kind of stopped and looked at me for a minute, and she said, that's really awesome. She said, I'm glad you're out here. And I said, well, thanks. I'm glad I'm out here too. I really like it here. And she then closed the door to the office, and my first thought was, what is going on right now? I'm in a lot of pain. And she kind of looked down the hallway both ways and shut the door. And from then, she just began to just kind of spill her guts to me about her faith and her struggles with faith and how her job affects her faith and how really just how hard of a time she's been having being faithful as a Christian. And she looked at me and she said, "What do you think is the key to making that better?" And I kind of reflected back on a lot of things and the thing that I came to was I just told her, I said, I believe that the key to seeking a deeper faith is staying faithful when things are hard. And if you can push through that, you'll reach a new level of faith that you've never had before. And so we talked about that for a few minutes, and I'm sitting there in pain, and I'm like, man, this really hurts, but this is like one of the coolest things that's happened to me since I've been out here. And she stopped me mid-sentence. She said, I really wish I had a way to tell people at work what I believe without saying it, because I could get in trouble for talking about it here. I can get in trouble for pushing my religious beliefs on people. And then it dawned on me, I have this WWJD bracelet in my pocket. And she said, she actually said, I wish I had something I could put on my wrist to show people as I'm putting IVs in their arm what I believe. And so I just was kind of reeling in the moment, and it was just crazy how fast all this was happening. And so I reached into my pocket and I gave it to her, and she immediately put it on. And I stood up, and she was like, "They're waiting on you. We better go." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm hurting pretty bad." So she hugged me and she said, "Thank you." And it was just this really deep spiritual moment between me and this nurse that I'd never met before in my life. And yeah, so that's kind of been what I've been chewing on over the past, I guess, almost 24 hours. And I don't really have a lot to say about it other than just that people are looking and people are searching. For you people who are Christians, people are searching for what you have, and you have the gospel, and you have the ability to share that with people, and that's incredible. That's an incredible thing. And so you never know what's going to happen when you go somewhere, when you go to the hospital, and that's why we're always told to be prepared. Always be prepared to have an answer for what you believe. And so I just thought it would be encouraging for me to share that with you, and just share the fact that I had a random back pain yesterday, and it ended up being fine. And I ended up having a spiritual conversation with someone I'd never met, just because I went to the emergency room. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I just want to say thank you for all you that have watched and subscribed to my stuff. I got about 105 views on my last video, which is really cool, and I wasn't expecting that kind of reception at all. But yeah, like and share and subscribe, and hope to talk to you soon.